Oh. New air, new style, new dancer. Let me get this Hello, hello. Hello, how are you? Yes, you hear me jamming in the car? How are you? How are you? Let me turn this down a little bit. Yes, getting the party started. It's a power hour, so what's a power hour without a little bit of music? So I'm just going to dance a little bit until just give people a chance to come in and join in the party. So but how's everybody doing today? Brighter Promise, hi, how are you? How are you? Yes, it is a rainy Monday. I'm here in the ATL. It is a little rainy, a little nasty, but I'm out here at Maggiano's, actually, just in the parking lot, getting ready to go inside to celebrate my cousin's birthday. But before I do that, I wanted to hop on and get the power hour started and just say hello and all of that good stuff. So I hope everyone is having a fabulous day, and everyone has started off their Monday right. I call it Reset Monday. So we have to get out of this mindset that Mondays are bad. They're not all bad. A rainy Monday, not too good, but Mondays are not all that bad. So I hope all of you are having a fabulous Monday, despite the rain or any kind of bad weather you're having. So, oh, hello. How are you? Yes. Thank you. Tap the screen for the hearts, because this is going to be our power hour. I have decided that I'm going to do the power hour, and this is for parallelpreneurs. This hour is for my people that are working a full-time job and also are pursuing their business, right? This is for you guys that are on your grind, that are making it happen, but you work your 9 to 5 and then you come home and you work your, I want to say 7 to whenever you drop, okay? So this is for you. And I want to do these power hours Monday and Thursday at 7 p.m. And I'll let you know if anything changes, but I just feel like we need, hey, how are you, Melissa? We just need to, come together, because the struggle is real. This parallelpreneurship, it's great. It's fabulous. It gives us that, it gives us that fulfillment that we need, but it's stressful. So I want to have these power hours, one, to help anybody who has any questions, or if there's anything that I can assist with, and then also for us to have a forum so that we don't feel like we're alone in this whole thing. So please tap the screen, ask any questions you have, just come on board, and this is going to be our hour. This is going to be our hour to commune, to get resources, to vent, whatever it is. This is for my parallelpreneur. So I'm doing this Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. Okay. So this is the first power hour of many. Hello. I think that's Latoya. How are you? How are you? So I'm going to get started. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Lashana Williams. I am the success navigator. Yes. Hey. I am an author. I am a speaker, and I am a career coach. Okay. My whole premise is that I help women, and I work with women, men. I help women to go from frustration to fulfillment. I help women to find that profession that sings to them, that is aligned to their passion and purpose, so they can achieve their desired level of success, right? So that is what I do. And I also have a Facebook community called Women's Journey 2. That's the number 2, success. So if you want further, accountability, support, resources, please go there and check out Women's Journey 2, the number 2, success. It's the closed Facebook group, and I would love to share and have you a part of the group. So please go ahead and sign up and join today. But today I wanted to talk to you about the difference between corporate America and entrepreneurship. So, and I know some of y'all are still going through it. Thank you, Toya, for scribing that. But some of you, we're in this place as parallelpreneurs that we're still kind of straddling the fence, and we're still trying to figure this whole thing out, right? We're still working the full-time job that probably is more comfortable for us. And then we're also pursuing our business. And for me, it was a difficult transition. It was a struggle because I knew corporate America. I worked in corporate America for, I want to say 20 years. And so I knew the ins and outs. This whole entrepreneurship, oh yeah, this was something else for me, okay? Getting in a group, it's tough. It is tough. And what I had to really take a self-assessment, really be honest with myself and figure out what worked, what was my challenge, why was I struggling so hard? I consider myself an intelligent woman. So what was I struggling with? And I figured out one thing that I was struggling with when it related to entrepreneurship was that in corporate America, I was accountable to somebody. I was accountable to my boss. I was accountable to my team. I was accountable to my group and my department. So I wasn't going to let anybody down. I could let myself down all day long, every day, all day. Okay. Hence the workout plan, right? Let's not talk about that. That's for another scope. But I wasn't going to let my team down, and I wasn't going to let my boss down. So I had to figure out, how do I translate or transcend that accountability piece to my entrepreneurship, to my business. And I did that by finding or getting a group, a good circle, a circle that was going to support me, uplift me, and inspire me, right? It is so important for you to have a group of your accountability partners as well as your support team. And so when I got this group, and they're dynamite. I have a support group for the things that I do, my cheerleaders, the people that keep me going. I also have my accountability team, I say team because I have more than one partner that keeps me going, that keeps me on track, that says, hey, you said you was going to write that book. You said you was going to do this. You said you was going to do that. So you need to do that. And I also learned by creating my group, as I said before, Women's Journey to Success, that I am there for the people in that group. So I am not going to let one person down in that group. And that keeps me accountable. So again, I had to figure out, how do I get that accountability piece into my business and into my entrepreneurial life? And I did that by getting a great group of friends, the circle, and also my accountability team, and also creating my group, Women's Journey to Success. And then another thing that I also didn't know, I didn't understand, processes, right? So you go into corporate America, they got everything bulleted. You got a book. I mean, sometimes you get desktop procedures, and there's a process. There's a close date. Like, I'm in accounting and finance. So there's a date that we close. There's a date. So there's all this, everything is structured and it's a process. But in your entrepreneurial life, there's no rules. I mean, you can read a book upon book, but there's really no rules. And so I was lost. I didn't know whether you were supposed to do this, or I see all of these websites, like, do you get a website first or you get a logo first? I was completely lost, okay? Then they're like, no, you need to do an opt-in and lead page. And I was like, what is this and why? Right? And so for me, I was like, I'm going to get this thing. This is really important to me. So I hired a business coach, and she helped me get and understand all of that, and get me to the point where I am now able to teach and help other people on their pursuit in entrepreneurship, right? But I had to get somebody to help me figure it all out. And for the most part, I knew most of it. I was just doubting myself because this wasn't a space that I played in. This was all new to me. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what was first, second, or third. You know, I played around in the Facebook space, but I didn't know Facebook ads and the groups, and then you got the fan pages. I knew about them, but I didn't know how to make it all make sense. And I needed somebody who was going to connect the dots for me. And so in corporate America, I knew the players there. So I knew who to reach out to. I knew the mentors. I knew people that were supporting me. I knew the players in corporate America. Yes, it could be so overwhelming. And that's why I said, I'm going to get a coach. And my coach helped me, and we laid it out. I wish I could show you our our sticky notes that we placed out, because I needed to know what to do. I was so used to having this on day 1, you do this, on day 2, you do this. And I needed this in my entrepreneurial life. I needed this for my business. And I knew what to do. I knew how to go out there on Facebook. I know some of that stuff and I know some of the tools, but I didn't have a process in place to make it all happen for me. And so that's where my coach came in. And I am still using my coach to this day, and I will be using my coach and leaning on my coach for forever. So tap the screen if this resonates with you. Tap the screen if this resonates to you, because I know some of us, like we're trying to do this, and it's a little overwhelming, like Melissa said, but it doesn't have to be. It does not have to be. And I'm glad I went through my journey and I figured some things out, and I tried and I stumbled and I fell, because now I can help others, and so they won't have to fall and stumble and try, right? So another thing that I had to figure out is what did I want to do? So when in my corporate America life, in my career, I went to school for something and I worked in it. So I went to school for accounting, and so I got a job in accounting. That made sense, right? And I worked and worked and worked until that didn't work for me, until I didn't feel fulfilled. But I had no way of knowing what the next step was. Where was I supposed to go? How was I supposed to make this happen? I was supposed to be an accountant. I was supposed to move up the ladder, be a CFO. That was supposed to be my journey. And that wasn't it. That wasn't enough for me. That's not what I was supposed to do. And so I had to go through the journey, go and endure I don't want to say it was a lack of fulfillment, but I was unhappy during that time because I just didn't know it. It seemed like I was in a dark place. And that's why that's my why. And that's why I do what I do, to help others to discover what it is that make their hearts sing, to help others to discover what their purpose is. What are they supposed to be doing? Because no one teaches you that. They teach you gotta go to college, you get a job. Whether you like it or not, you stay there until you retire, right? And that's what you are taught. And so you have this in your mindset, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna climb up this ladder. I'm gonna climb up the corporate ladder. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I'm gonna do whatever it takes. Thank you, Melissa. And so you do all of this stuff, and people tell you need to network, you need to do this. So you get all the steps that you need to climb up the corporate ladder, but you're still not fulfilled. And no one ever takes a step back or teaches you, okay, how are you supposed to figure this thing out? And how are you supposed to learn what makes your heart sing? Because what you're supposed to be doing here is being, productive in corporate America. You're supposed to be working and doing your job. We don't have time for you to try to figure things out and figure what makes your heart sing. And that's fine. Okay, I get it. But in order for you to feel fulfilled, and so we're not working until we retire and die, for us to live our best lives now, that's where I come in. That's my why. That's what I do, why I do what I do. That's why I am up early on a Saturday morning, up late on a Saturday night. That's why I was in Oklahoma City last week, so that I could develop as an entrepreneur, so I can develop as a coach, so that I can help others in discovering their passion and purpose, right? So again, like I said, that transition, or as you're straddling the fence as a parallelpreneur, doing the corporate America, or, having your 9-to-5 job, and then also pursuing your business, it is difficult. It's a struggle. The struggle is real. Okay, I'm here to tell you the struggle is real, but it doesn't have to be so overwhelming. It does not. It's going to be a lot of work. And why shouldn't it be? Everything that we've ever done in life has been work, but it's been rewarding, and we've been successful because of it. And entrepreneurship is no different. And so you don't have to try and figure it out. That's why there's coaches. That's why I'm here, to help you to help you achieve your desired level of success. And like I said, when I came on the scope, I am going to have these power hours Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. so that we could talk, You can have any questions. This is free one-on-one coaching. So if you have any questions, please feel free to write them in and I'll answer them. And if you have any suggestions for topics, please feel free to inbox me on Facebook, or like I said, please join my my Facebook group, Women's Journey to Success, and I'll give you tips and accountability. I'm an accountability queen. Anybody who has worked with me knows that we're going to set a plan and we're going to make it happen. So those of you who have worked with me, please, tap the screen and let people know that, I'm here to help you achieve your desired level of success. I'm here to help you set and achieve your goals, because I want to see you be a success. We are all successes, and I want to see each and every one of us achieve whatever it is, whatever success means for you. It can mean money, it can mean power, it can mean whatever it is. I want to see you achieve that desired level of success. So as you are transitioning, whether you have a plan to transition out of your job today, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, I want to know what it is that, what you're struggling with, what it is that I can help you with. And just know that it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It is going to be a little difficult, because some of us, we know this world. We know that job world. We know the corporate America world. The entrepreneurship, we're figuring it out and we're stumbling as we go. But we don't have to stumble and fall and kill ourselves to do it. We can work together and make this thing happen. So like I said, we'll have these power hours so that we'll know that we're not alone on this journey, and that we can help each other. Because I don't profess to know everything, and I hope you're saying to yourself that you don't have to know everything either. Because there are some things that people are so good at, and why not let them do what they do? But I know that I have to stay in my lane. I know what I'm good at. I know what my talents are, and that's where I offer advice and I offer assistance, and that's what I coach in. But as a community, we can share and learn from each other. So like I said, if you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to ask in this, ask and type on the scope. Or we can also, you can also inbox me and follow me on Facebook, and I will be sure to answer any questions you may have. So this is the Power Hour, and I just wanted to know, are there any questions out there? Is there anybody have any comments, or did any of this resonate with you as far as the whole transitioning, as we are parallelpreneurs, transitioning from corporate America or your day job to entrepreneurship? Because I know for me it was, and it still continues to be, somewhat of a struggle. And there's also the whole thing of deadlines. I know some of us, we have deadlines in our day jobs. The biggest obstacle for me is consistency. Yeah, and that seems to be a challenge as well. And that's why for me, what I've done is I have accountability. So I know that I'm going to do something. Just like today, I put out there, hey, join me on Periscope, because I'll be out there from 7 to 8 or what have you, Mondays and Thursdays. Now, I got to be out here on Mondays and Thursdays. So that my consistency will come with that. Make public announcements. Yes, if that works for you. That's another thing. You have to do what works for you. So I knew that worked for me, because I wasn't going to let anybody down. So I knew if I tell you, or if you're out there, I knew that I wasn't going to let you down. Again, consistency. Before I had my Facebook group, Women's Journey to Success, I might have posted on Facebook every once in a blue moon. Maybe you might have caught me twice in 2 weeks. But now I'm constantly out there, because I know I need to post. I need to do motivation. I need to provide resources. I need to provide accountability. So I'm out there. So consistency for me is a no-brainer when it comes to that. And it's because I have people that are counting on me. And I want them to, because that holds me accountable. So, and that helps me to be consistent. So Melissa, let me know what you need, because you know I'm here for you. Whatever you need, let me know, announce it, and we'll make sure that you stay consistent. But do whatever works for you, okay? I remember a time when I was overwhelmed and I was frustrated with myself, because I was like, okay, I'm going to write every day and I'm going to do that. That didn't work for me. Because my creativity, this doesn't come like that. It comes in spurts, and it comes at random times of the day. So I had to figure out what worked for me, because me sitting in front of my computer waiting for creativity to hit me and pop me in the head didn't work. And all I did was become frustrated with myself and felt like I was a failure. And I'm not a failure, and you're not a failure, and no one is a failure. It's just that we work differently, but we have to figure it out. I found another thing about the corporate America versus entrepreneurship, that we were so conditioned to do whatever it was to stay within those confounds, right? Yes, we are so different. Hey, Dorette, how are you doing? How are you doing? Yeah, we were so conditioned to stay within those confounds, right? So one thing I noticed, the whole 9 to 5 thing. Who says that's when we work best? I work best in the morning. Some people work best at night. But we're structured and we're conditioned to work under those conditions. The cubicle is a cubicle. Does it work best for you? I don't know. I mean, sometimes it does, sometimes it does. You have to just know what works best for you. But in your day job and in corporate America, you had no choice. But as an entrepreneur, author, speaker, writer, coach, what have you, you now have the choice, and you have to figure out what works best for you. So please do not try to stress yourself out and become frustrated with yourself because, people say you're supposed to write two sentences a day and all you had was one. That's okay. Figure out what works best for you. When I was writing, Saturdays worked best for me because I could just sit there and be one with my work. The weekdays didn't work best because I did one sentence. I may have done 2 sentences, but I felt I was frustrated, and that's no way to do business. So another thing that I found was the deadlines. In corporate America and on your job, there are plenty of deadlines. There's deadlines for days and days and days and days. And in your business, you set your deadlines. You set them. So now you got to figure out when you need to have this. When does your marketing plan need to go? When does your campaigns need to be out there? When do you need to post? When is the best time for this? And so you need your own deadlines. I found that 2 things worked for me. Hey, Michelle, how are you? 2 things worked for me as far as deadlines were concerned. One, the accountability, because then I knew that they were on top of it. They knew what days of the week I needed to do this. When I said, okay, I'm writing this book and it's going to be done by June. Michelle, is it June that we have our book? But I knew that my accountability partners were going to hold me to that. Yes. Oh, yes. I think it's June. Did you send me that date? Okay, July. Send me that date so I can hold you accountable, okay? So that kept me on task. And what also helped me and got me on task was that I used Workboard. And it is an app, and also it is you could do it on your laptop as well, and you can schedule and plan out certain things, and it will remind you via email of what you got going on that day and what tasks you have. So I like the big stuff, like the event that I did and my book, and yes, Workboard, yes. It really it helped me so much. And if you do have a team, you can invite a team, and you have a team that's working with you, you can share it with them, and then they can use it, and then they can help you out, and they can say, okay, this task is complete. So it's a project management tool, but it also, if you're just a single person or what have you and just working on a task, it also keeps you on track because it sends you an email reminder and says, hey, you remember you got these tasks to do and blah, blah, blah. And if you're a visual person like myself, then you can see it in a calendar form. So like I said, when I was doing my event, I had to plan out, okay, promotion starts here. But what do I need to do promotion? I need to do the Facebook ads here. Okay, if I did a Facebook ad, I needed to create this, so it kept me doing, so I had to figure out all the components. I put it in the system, and every day it would remind me if I had something going on, or it would do it for that week as well. Like, hey, you can have something going on for this week. So I found that using tools like that really, really, really helped me to make that transition and help me stay on deadlines, because I was good over here in corporate America with the deadlines. You got the Outlook, you got people pinging you, you got all this stuff. There's a calendar about it. You got a whole lot of stuff over here. But when you're an entrepreneur, you don't have that stuff. It's all on you, and you got to figure it out. And like I said, sometimes we know like an end of a thing. You know the end of a thing. Like, I want to write a book. Okay. So now we know, okay, so I need to write how many pages so that it could go to the editor by this time. The editor is going to editing process takes about a month and a half. So when I get it back, okay, I need to do so you need to know those step by steps, and having those programs like that helps you in not missing those little pieces. And also, like I said, having these accountability groups and talking it out. And that's another thing that I wasn't scared to do, was talk it out. Because sometimes in my little head, I may miss a step. I may miss a big step. That's one of my things. I may miss a big step. And so that you don't miss a big step, talk it out. That's what you have your accountability partners for. That's what you have support for, so that you could talk it out and make sure that it makes sense. So that when you're talking about writing that book, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to have it out there, and I'm going to do my launch party in May. And they're going to be like, wait a minute. You didn't get it edited. You don't have a cover. You didn't do a pre-launch. What are you doing? So you need to talk it out, because let's face it. No one taught us this. Society said we were supposed to go to college. We were supposed to get a good job. We were supposed to retire and live our best lives in the 80s and 90s, or whenever our joints are old and we can't move around. I don't know about you, but that's not the life that I'm trying to live. So we're living our best lives now. And I don't want anybody to be frustrated and overwhelmed as they are pursuing their purpose. So like I said, if you have any questions or any suggestions for topics, I'm here. Inbox me. Join Women's Journey to Success for more resources. But I'm going to be doing these power hours on Mondays and Thursdays. You see that, Melissa? Mondays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. Now I got to be consistent on the Periscope. And so that we could just talk and have this forum, so that you know that you're not alone. And if there's any questions you have, you can ask the coach. These are free coaching sessions. So are there any questions, any comments, any suggested topics, or anything you want to share? Like, what was your experience when, making that transition, or as you are in this space, what were some of your challenges? What were some of the hurdles that you faced in moving into this entrepreneurial space and working for yourself, where now you are the boss of you? I would love to hear about it. But if not, like I said, as I started off, I'm in the parking lot of Maggiano's. And if any of you love Italian food, Maggiano's is one of those places. So I'm going to get my eat on. But yes, I love it. And so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to try not to eat too much. I'm going to put half of it away even before I start to eat. And that's how I'm going to do some control. Yeah, overwhelming yourself. Yes. And we can do that. It's very easy for us to overwhelm ourselves, especially for us go-getters and type A personalities, that we need to do everything. I need to do everything. No, you don't. And this is why in my coaching sessions, and Toya, I tell you, only set 3 goals per week, or 3 big goals for that month. Get an action plan, and then work your way down. Because we get so bogged down with, I need to do this, I need to do that. And I still am guilty of this sometimes. And what happens for me a lot of times is that I'll go to like the conferences and I'll hear people talk and I'm like, oh, I need to do that. Oh, no, I need to do this. Okay, no, I'm over here. And I'll run myself ragged. And then I have to sit down and kind of woosah, breathe a little bit and be like, okay, wait, focus. Yes. You have to utilize your circle and their resources, because that'll help too. Because there are a lot of things that you may need done. And so you need to tap into them, because like I said, we are not supposed to know everything. And we shouldn't be trying to do certain things when there's other people that have gifts and talents. Like this whole Photoshop. I thought I could do some things. I'm an intelligent woman. So I thought I could do some Photoshop. I looked at that screen and I looked at it. I turned it this way, turned it that way. And I was like, I can't figure this out. But I knew who could. So I sent the files over to my cousin and she does the Photoshop thing. 2 seconds, she sent it back and was done. Yes, it is. I would love to learn it. But you know what? I don't got time for it right now. I needed to focus on getting my clients, getting my programs together. I did not have the time to figure out Photoshop. So you know what? Sent it over to somebody who did. You would like to, I know. And I'm all for it. But I was like, somebody else could teach me and walk me through it rather than me sitting up there looking at it side eye like, what is this and why? And then I knew at that moment I needed something done quickly. So I sent it off to my cousin who knows Photoshop somewhat like the back of her hand. She quickly did it, sent it over and was like, boom, here you go. What else you need? That was 5 minutes. It would have taken me 3 hours to figure out what she did. Matter of fact, it would have taken me a YouTube video and 3 hours and me banging my head against the wall for me to have figured it out. So you need to utilize your resources and your circle as much as you can. So Toya, yes, great advice, great advice, great advice. But as far as the overwhelming thing, that's when we have our circle as well, because sometimes they could be like, what are you doing and why? Why are you all the way over here when you're supposed to be over here? If you're writing a book, you need to be writing the book. If you're blogging, blog. Be the best blogger ever and focus on your blogs for this month or that month. Just do that. I know it's hard, but you got to do that. So if you are writing a book, sit down with that book. I did it, and I'm telling you, every day I was just writing that book. I could not do anything else because then that would take me away from finishing the book. And when you're writing a book, it is so important to kind of stay in that space and stay in that place, because you don't want to do what I did. And it took me 4 years to write my book, because every time I would stay away from it too long, and then I had to come back and re-enter. What was I trying to say? What was my language? And it took me so long that I had to keep rereading it and reading it. I was sick of my own story after a while, right? 4 years. And so you don't want to do that. So that should be your focus. That should be your focus. If you're blogging, blog away. That should be your focus. So, some of us, we try to get these lofty goals and do too much. And sometimes we just can't do it. It's just way too much. We're putting too much pressure and too much stress on ourselves. And so don't do it. Okay? Be the best. Like right now, I'm focusing on my program. Well, at least and you're honest. And so, Toya, for me, I do it to myself all the time. Yes, scaling back is important. It is important. Even to the point, even in certain piece of your personal life, it is important. Because before, I would wait until Saturday to do all my laundry. Can't do it. Now I may put one load of clothes in on Monday, one load of clothes in on Tuesday. I can't do the big bulk of stuff. I straighten up the place. It may not be as clean as I want to, but I have to understand that I cannot do everything. Okay, the S on my chest only stays on for so long, and then I got to take off that cape. I cannot do it all, and I'm okay with that right now. Okay, I was at the Epic conference, and Allison Bird was like, so many of us have an S on our chest with a dish rag as a cape. Okay, saying that we trying to do it all, we trying to do too much. Okay, and when we look around, that S is faded. We got a dish rag on our back as a cape. We just trying to do too much, and we don't need to. Okay, so I thought that was funny. I was like, oh gosh, she is just saying yes. Okay, I think she said something about having forks and spoons as your weapon. I was like, she's hilarious, but it was so true. It was so true. So we are trying to do way too much. And for you guys that have families and you have children, it gets overwhelming. And so you don't want to burn yourself out because somebody needs what you have. And so if you're burning yourself out already, then, you'll never get your product or your message out because you're burnt out. So for all my people that are writing those books, I ask you right now let me just reject that, to stick with that. And let me know if you need accountability. I'm here for you. Let me know if there's any question you have about writing your book, because I know for me that was a new space as well. Never wrote a book. Didn't know anything about publishing. So let me know if you have any questions there. And like I said before, when I started, this is for us. This power hour is for us, our parallelpreneurs, as we are working our 9 to 5 and we are doing our thing and making it happen in the entrepreneurial space. This is for us. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to do everything by themselves, or they're out there all alone, and that they don't have the tools and the process and the strategies to help them achieve their desired level of success. I'm here for you. Don't want anybody to feel that way, because you don't have to. And I want to make sure that your voice is heard and that your message gets across, and that the programs or whatever services or products that you have that need to go to people gets to the right people. So if we stressed out and we give up, we're never going to get it to the right people. So, any questions, comments? Like I said, started where were you when I was still in corporate? I was probably in corporate America trying to figure this whole thing out. Sitting there like, okay, I'm an accountant and I am not a good accountant. What is going to go on? So that's probably where I was. CPA Diva. So are you a certified public accountant? Because, I took the exam. I passed it. I never got licensed in either, because I took it in New York, so I didn't get licensed there. And me and God had to have a nice little heart-to-heart, because I couldn't figure out why he put me on this accounting path when I clearly wasn't the best accounting out there. Okay. Oh, Renelli, hey, I didn't even see you. Can't even see in that little screen there. Goodness gracious. Yes, my amplified sister. How are you? Yeah, you are a beast when it comes to the finances. So anybody who needs help with their legacy as far as wealth management, Renelli is your person. So please follow Renelli. She's doing big things right now. So much so that I'm like, okay, well, Renelli, since you my amplified sister, you can help me out with such and such. So she's all into the taxes, all into the legacy, the wealth building. So please follow Renelli. She has some big things coming up. I think, yeah, her programs and everything are coming up soon. So please follow her. But yeah, I was in corporate America trying to figure this whole thing out. So now, as I figured this thing out, I want to help others discover and uncover their profession. Yes, thank you. I need a legacy, because that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for I don't have any children, but I'm doing this so that I can leave a legacy for my cousins, for whomever, so that my life and what I've done can live on. And it won't live on if I only got $2 to my name and nobody knows what I've done, or I'm not reaching the masses, or I'm not reaching the people that I'm supposed to reach. So we are out here, we're creating this legacy, whether it's wealth, whatever it is. That's why I'm like, that is my why. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I want to see every one of you that's within the sound of my voice to achieve their desired level of success. So as I said, if you have any questions, let me know. But you are just one question away from me going inside to Maggiano's and eating, I think I want chicken parmesan. So if there aren't any questions or what have you, I'm going to say farewell. But before I do, I want to make sure you know that this is on Mondays and Thursdays. So invite your friends, tell the public. I told everybody in the group in Women's Journey to Success, and I will now be sharing it to the masses. I wanted to make sure that this felt comfortable. Thank you. I wanted to make sure that this felt comfortable for me, because I am all about doing things that work for you. Don't do things that you're like, oh my God, this is work. Oh my God, I can't stand this. Because if that's the case, then why don't we just stay wherever we're at and just do whatever we're doing and just be miserable there? I didn't choose to step out on my purpose and follow whatever I'm supposed to be doing to be miserable. So I like to play in a space first and see if it works for me. And if it does, and if it feels comfortable, then that's my thing. Because in order for you to be consistent, you need to figure out what works for you. That's why so many people on diets and me giving money to LA Fitness did not work, because it didn't fit. It wasn't comfortable. It wasn't something, I just didn't like it. So I couldn't be consistent with it because it wasn't something I enjoyed, or it didn't work for me. So you have to figure out what works for you so you could be consistent, so it doesn't feel like a chore. We're not doing this so this could be another job. We're doing this because this is our purpose. We're following our purpose, and this is our passion. This is what makes our heart sing. Not this is what makes our eyes roll, because that's not cool. So I'll be here Mondays and Thursdays at 7 p.m. And if you have any questions, if you have any comments, and if you wasn't able to put it on the scope or what have you, just send me inbox me, or join the group Women's Journey to Success. So I hope this was useful information. And like I said, I'll come on. I spoke about a couple of things, some topics that I wanted to hit on going forward. So if you have any questions and suggestions, please let me know, because I'm here for you. Either next week or this week, I may talk about doing your, what did you call it? Your lead magnets, and what is that, and how do you do that, and if you have that, and the opt-ins and all of that stuff. So I want to talk about that as well. So like I said, just let me know if you have any suggestions for topics going forward. So if there are no questions and no comments, I'm going to say farewell and enjoy the rest of your Monday. Okay, does that work for you, Toya? I wanted one of the topics to be lead magnets and doing your opt-in and all of that stuff. And then I have other topics in my head, but I want to make sure that I'm giving you what you want. So please let me know whatever that is, whatever topic you want me to address. Also, as you've seen, some of you, I would love to do a blab on hosting events. So planning and executing your event, a live event or a virtual event. So I will be doing a blab on that soon. So like I said, this whole thing is for you guys. Power Hour. I want to make sure that you get the tools that you need so that you're not trying to figure it out. So this is Lashana Williams, the Success Navigator. I'm the coach, career coach, author, and speaker. Yes, my book is called The Stranger Within, One Woman's Journey to Self-Love. It is my memoir, so please go out there and purchase it. You can buy it on my website, lashanacoaches.com. You will find, hopefully it'll resonate with you, but it is my story of how I went from a dark place of not loving myself, almost wanting to commit suicide, to my journey to finding myself, to loving myself, to taking off the mask, to loving myself unconditionally, to where I knew my self-worth, and I had self-love. And so no longer did I have the demon of self-hate on my back. So please pick it up. It's called The Stranger Within, One Woman's Journey to Self-Love. So this is our first Power Hour, and I hope it is the first of many, because we are going to do a darn thing. 2016 is going to be our year. We are going to build our legacy. And like I said, if you are in need of wealth management and legacy building, please follow Ranelli and she will hook you up. So Lashana Williams bidding you farewell, and I will see you on Thursday. Thank you. Bye-bye.